Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 10 British Tech Tree Heavy, the FE215B. This is a vehicle that I have a love-hate relationship with, because the gun is truly amazing on this vehicle. It has one of the best guns in Tier 10. Unfortunately, everything else about this tank is awful. I know. The FE2 and 5B fans are going to be like, but it has turret armor. Sure, it does have turret armor, but the hull is so incredibly bad, and the times that you actually get to use the turret and not show the hull are so small that realistically, the armor just sucks. When you're using the 2 and 5B, you expect whoever's aiming at you to pen you unless you have somehow managed to perfectly hide the hull. The problem is, because you're rear turreted, it's very hard to hide that upper plate, even using gun depression. Basically, you have to be above your opponent, and then you can actually hide the hull. Now, that's not to say the armor can't get bounces. I have gotten some very troll bounces on the 2 and 5B's upper plate, and it does get bounces. But, for example, the enemy team has two 183s. This tank sucks against 183s. It really does. Because even if they don't pen you, they're still going to deal like 600 splash damage. It's so stupid. But we're going to see what the Toon 5B can do. As you can see, we got a stat tracker in the bottom corner of my screen. And yeah, we're going to see just exactly what this tank is capable of doing. Now, what a lot of people get confused about with the 2 and 5B is they play it aggressive, and it really isn't an aggressive tank. It's a campy style vehicle, and that's exactly how I'm going to use it today. I'm going to use this thing in the back, as passive as possible, and we're going to just get some early game shots on people that might cross, and we'll see if we can, do some stuff like that. So we're going to get into a side scrape here, and let's see if anything tries crossing or poking. There we go, we got the 5A. Nice 390 damage shot. See if anything else tries poking. We got the 183 detected. I do have tanks covering me. There you go. We got the 113. Let's stay in a side scrape here. And we're gonna chill. Oh, got a bounce. That's always nice. Oh, we got the Rhino. There you go. That time it penned me. And now we got the 183. So realistically, I can't really poke this anymore. Unless the mouse wants to do that. Then I can, I guess. Let's aim it on that. Oh, really? That's so lame, bruh. That's so lame. All right, well, let's see if we can get another pen into the enemy here. And oh, thank you, mouse. Thank you, dude. Thank you for bleeding me my health. Thank you, dude. Must be hard to not drive into your teammate, my dude. All right, wow, wow. Woof, woof. I'm trying not to get mad right now, but oh, bro, what are these guys doing? Mouse is just gonna poke and okay, get away with it again. That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna chill here and get a penning shell for once in my life. Wow, that actually penned me. That's crazy. This thing's armor is so bad, it's sad how bad this thing's armor is. Alright, we're gonna keep chilling here, though. Hopefully I don't get pushed by my teammate. Let's aim it on the 183, get a nice tracking shell. And let's see. Alright, 113 misses me. And I'm just going to keep waiting here. The enemy's going to have a hard time bleeding me if I just sit and wait. Let's see if that 113 tries poking again. Okay, let's see. Are you going to poke? That's the question that we have right now. Problem is, they obviously have that 183 in the back. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. But I want to shoot the 183. Wow. That guy just refuses to bounce me. Every single shot right through my turret cheek. That's so lame. It's not worth it to poke a 183. Not even in the slightest. Let's see if that 5A decides to poke. I feel... Oh, great. What's shooting me, dude? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, what the hell, dude? What is this? Like, really? My team's this bad? We're losing every flank of the map? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Nice. Alright, that was an important shot. How much damage am I up to? 2,900. I mean, I'm not doing bad, to be fair. Same. Okay. Wow! Wow. Just wow. Can't believe we're missing these shots, bruh. I like this tank, but sometimes it does make it a little bit challenging to enjoy when you're missing shots like that, you know? That's really the only way to describe it. Like, I shouldn't be missing those shots. There you go. Nice clear into the 183. And then we roll around this corner over here. Nice shot into the 113. 113 shoots heat into me so we don't die. This is a cringe game. This is a really, really cringe game. I know I complained a bit, but, like, our gun, first of all, missed super easy shots, which it shouldn't have. We had easy shells on the lower plate of the enemy. Should not have missed. They did. We still did, to be fair, pretty good this game. We ended up dealing 3,900 damage, so it wasn't a bad result. It was just our gun missed easy shots. Every time we poked, we got penned by the 113, and then my mouse pushed me one of the times, which got me bled, and then I got shot in the rear by the bat chat. Like, what the heck was this game, dude? Wow, that was an interesting battle, but we did 3,900, which I guess is a good result. Let's speak about the 2 and 5B armor, because it is something that needs to be talked about. It's really bad, okay? So this here is the 2 and 5B armor profile, and the 113 was shooting me right here. This is pretty weak, actually, as you can see. It's only about 280 thick, so basically most premium shells are going to cut right through your turret cheek there. And even if they miss that, there's this whole lower half here, which is also super weak. And yeah, I mean, it's going to get bounces against AP, but against premium shells, you're not going to get any bounces in either of these spots, which is really cringe. Are we in a game yet? No. Okay. Always got to check if we're in a battle. But yeah, so side scraping, not only are these 2 points there weak points, but this also, that's all pen. This is all a pen here, especially if you load gold. All of this is a pen, all of this. Even at this angle, you can still almost pen the tank at this angle. Like, that's crazy how weak that is. Now, against heat shells, you might get bounces, but against AP, you're not going to be getting bounces there. It's actually really tragic. All right, well, here we are. Dead Rail is not an awful map for this tank, and they don't have the scariest of tank destroyers, which is good for me. They have a 5A, VK90, FE2, and 5B. Okay, well, we got Super Speed Boost, which again allows me to get up to speed pretty quickly here. I run Super Speed Boost over Adrenaline on this tank just because I'd rather get in the position faster. I'd rather bleed the enemy out, and there's the enemy 2 and 5B detected. Okay, wow, we just bounced the rear of a 2 and 5B. That's a new one. I don't think I've ever seen that before, dude. That's crazy. I cannot believe that. Wow. Alright, well, we pen that, and the VK, okay, and he hits that. Wow. I'm gonna have to show you guys that that weak point on paper in a moment, just to show you how bogus that pen was from that VK90. Come on, show me your hatch. Ah, dang. This thing's gun, I swear it's, like, delayed on when you press the fire button and where the shot actually goes. It's fine, though. We reload so fast that this VK90 really doesn't scare me. And because we have APCR Premium, it means that I can quite reliably cut through that thing's armor. So, not too worried about that. Nice, there you go. Another pen, 366. You can see when you're using gun depression, the armor is decent, right? Like, I'm actually getting bounces. I'm able to hold the line. So, there are moments when this vehicle does feel nice, and using gun depression is definitely the major moment. Okay. Trying not to get salty, guys. I'm trying my best, but, like, really? Really, dude. Really. That's crazy. The VK90 is the biggest frickin' wimp. There it is. There's the 4005. Right through my turret. Wow. Wow, we can't get a break, can we? We cannot get a break. 4005's camping in the back. Oh, there it is again. Wow. Wow, we really just can't get a break. Hatched me twice, dude. Hatched me twice. That's crazy. That is crazy. Alright, let's aim it on the VK. There you go. Another nice pen. You can see what I mean by the 2 and 5V armor just never works. Like, look at all the pens on my turret, dude. Every single thing's just a pen. Like, you would think that I would get bounces, but no. Every shot that hits me, just pen, pen, pen. It's crazy, because this thing's supposed to have really good armor. It just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. Alright, well, let's see. 4005 still in the back. Not able to hit that player. We did get spotted. Can't hit that. Enemy 2 and 5B's YOLOing. And that gives me the opportunity to move up. Aiming on the 2 and 5B. 4005 still tunneling me. It's pretty crazy how hard that 4005 is set on focusing me. Let's see. Nice, we got the 284 clear. I mean, I think I did over 3,000. No, I did nothing this game. 2,500. What an awful game. Dead Rail itself is a terrible map. And this was even worse because of the, just because of the tank we're in. I mean, I can't believe that we got hit twice in the hatch. I got to show you guys that weak spot we just got hit into. Yeah, that game was, that was not a very fun game. We did okay, I guess. We did okay. But that was really unenjoyable. That's kind of the experience I have in this tank, unenjoyable. So that VK90 hit me there. That's the weak spot. See that little, let me zoom in. See that little itty bitty, that little like red spot there? So that VK90 hit it at this angle, and that's a pen. That's where he hit, dude. Like, really? Who in their right mind goes for that when you have this hatch here? And that's where the 4005 hit. Across the map, he hit this 2 times in a row. A player not running Spall Liner hits that 2 times in a row, dude. Like, I was using gun depression, so, like, this is probably the angle he hit that twice. Like, man, I don't know if it's just me having bad luck, guys, or what it is, but I don't know. And then the other shot that I think penned us was here again. Right there. Like, the armor on the 2 and 5B, as I said, it just never seems to work for me. Maybe I'm just unlucky, but every time I use this thing, everybody hits the hatch, everybody hits these goofy weak spots, which you wouldn't even think exist, and they do. It's really annoying. It is super, super, super annoying when you're using this vehicle. Now, to be fair, we still dominated the ridgeline, sent the VK90 off, and we did a good job, but man, does this tank just get me super frustrated when I use it. Now, with that being said, I'm going to showcase the loadout that I'm running on my 2 and 5B, and that is double sandbag, speed boost, calibrated, enhanced gun laying, refined gun, improved assembly toolbox, and improved modules. And the reason why I'm running all of this stuff is because of the fact it gives me not only 2,650 health, that's a lot of health, and it allows this tank to be super durable, but I have great DPM, it gives me good mobility, the gun, everything on this vehicle is still very nice, as you can see. So it's kind of this great combination when you're running this loadout, where you have the HP to get the job done, you have the mobility, you have the DPM, and that's kind of what I like for this tank. The biggest problem of the 2 and 5B is that it doesn't have a lot of durability, right? So running extra HP gives me the ability to survive longer throughout a battle. Like even that game we just played, I was getting peppered and shot throughout the whole game, but we still survived with a little bit of health left. And if I wasn't running that extra HP, that 5A would have killed me. So it's why I do run this extra hit points, because you're able to just survive a lot longer, and you can use your hit points as a trading device. And that's what I like to use this tank for. So let's see what we can do on Lost Temple. I actually like this map. I was going to say I don't hate this map, but I like this map. We're going to move up. I'm going to use my speed boost to get in the position early game. I think we're going to have plenty of support on the heavy side, so as long as my team helps me, we'll be okay. If your team doesn't support you on the stairs, then you get screwed. But we have tanks that have good armor, so I'm hoping that they do help me. You can see that speed boost here allowing me to get upwards of 40 kilometers per hour. I'm way ahead of the rest of my teammates, so that's really nice because it means I should also be ahead of the enemy team, and then that should give me some early game bleeds, possibly. I don't know why we got stuck on the stairs there. That was a little cringe, but we're just going to move up and up and up. There you go. We have the enemy 113. We have the enemy 704. Let's aim it on the 113. There you go. Nice 392. Let's just chill right here. And 113 doesn't necessarily know where to pen me. There's a second pen into his vehicle for another 400 damage. Got to reload. 3, 2, 1. Got the 704 in the back. Boom. 428. We're already up to 1,200 damage. And this is where the 2 and 5B does feel really nice, right? I'm able to use that DPM. I'm able to use the accuracy. I'm able to bleed out the enemy. Got to clear in the enemy at 113. Back up. Got the Foch on the flank. We got some heavies on the other side of the map, which are a threat, but not too much of a threat to me, at least not right now. Okay, that was cringe. I'm surprised I can't hesh that enemy 704. Really am. Alright, well that guy got bled anyway, so let's move up ourselves. The enemy did have a tank right here. Yeah, there you go, the Kron. I'm going to push that Kron, use my super speed boost. He's trying to bleed out my Badger, so we're going to push up on the Kron. There you go. Now, the 2 and 5B is actually very good at ramming, which a lot of people don't know. So I can ram this Kron for 229, get to his side now. Get a nice 550 damage hesh, reload, 3, 2, 1, and not able to HU again, but a 385 is still pretty good. That player's taken out of the game. The Ag Panzer right here, which we're going to load in a high explosive shell on. 558 damage. We're going to continue to stay on the side of the Ag Panzer. 3, 2, 1, and boom. There you go. 484. Great shot from our Kron, somehow messing that up. But that's fine because our Kron has another shell. We're already up to 4,000 damage. And this game is, you know, the prime 2 and 5B battle, where you're able to use that turret, where you're able to use the DPM, and you can use that Hesh to get some really, really quick farm out. Like, that's where the 2 and 5B actually feels amazing. And we've been able to use... Oh my god. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Badger. Thanks. Thanks, dude. Thanks for pushing me and making me miss that shot. That's actually so frustrating. Alright, well, we still got a pen into the 30B. I hate teammates, dude. Every time I play this game, it's a teammate that gets in my way and pushes me. It's never the enemy. It's always a teammate. Every single time. Alright, well, we get one shell out, and at this point, the only player left I care about is the enemy Foch. So we're going to aim it on the Foch, get a nice pen for 423. We still did fine this game. We did really good. I just can't believe that Badger drove into me and made me miss my HE. I aimed in for like 2 seconds on that 30B. That's just... It's always your teammates, dude. It's always your teammates. Either way, 5,400 damage, a really, really good game, and a fantastic showcase of where the 2 and 5B really gets out that farm. A lot of players like to run the 2 and 5B with speed boost and adrenaline. I think that's stupid. Personally, I think running double a consumable, and when I mean consumable, I mean you know, adrenaline, tungsten, speed boost. I think running double of that on this tank is an incredibly foolish decision because it has some of the worst tracks in the game. Like the 2 and 5B gets constantly tracked. Not only that, it gets modules killed like crazy. Its engine dies all the time. It gets lit on fire all the time. This is not a tank you want to use and not run 2 repair kits because it just gets too many modules damaged. There's so many comp players which run double, you know, consumable on this thing, and I just track them and laugh when I'm in an autoloader because they just repair their track once, and then you just shoot them again and again and again. Especially when you're in something like a T-57 Heavy, you just put on that shell reload boost, and the 2 and 5 you get screwed. So it's one of the big things that I always tell people is you should not run double consumable on this tank. Run 2 repair kits and either speed boost or adrenaline. I think speed boost is more important. This vehicle only reverses at 12, and having that mobility allows you to push the enemy off early game, which is super important. Driving the base C, okay, good. I was about to say. Alright, well, here we go. Let's activate my speed boost now. That way we can get that acceleration early game. What do we have up against us? An E50M. Oh, I hate E50Ms, dude. We do have an M48 Patton, and it's an alright player at least, so we should be okay. But god, do I hate going up against E50Ms on this map. And our Patton's not going to go wide, which means if that E50M goes wide, we're going to be in a really troublesome situation here. Alright, well, I'm going to... Oh, okay, the E50's actually going to mid, and we're going to aim it on the Marat. There you go, nice 400 damage shot. Let's cross this, and nice. Okay, that's actually really important. Being able to get across here early game is, it's really, really important. Let's aim it on the 113. There you go. However, of course, the Ag shoots me for 870 damage. Gotta love that. Got to love that, bro. Okay, wow. Wow. Well, I can already tell you that this game is going to be cringe. That WZ is going to be a pain. Can't pen the Ag at all at this angle. Just hoping that the WZ is not a cringer. Patton. What are we doing, Patton? You don't have a lot of health, and you're trying to fight a Yag. Like, what's the game plan here? Nice. Okay, got a pen. This is not good. Our whole team is just camping behind. That is awful. This is terrible. And the Yag's gonna drive over. I can't help this guy. I really can't. I can't help this guy, and I'm dead too. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Alright, the Yag missed at least. Will my team move up and support me at all? At any moment, will my team move up and support me? At any moment. I don't think so. But you know what I will do? I'll put on my speed boost and I'll get the heck out of here while I can. So that's what I'm going to do. Just going to leave. Okay, nice. That was a big dub. That was a big dub on my play there. Can't believe we got out. Great job, team. Great job just letting us be sitting ducks. Great job doing literally nothing to support anyone. Can we move, 183? Can we move? Thank you. That would be great. Can we move? Thank you, bro. Thank you. That's really helpful. If only you'd done that, I don't know, like 10 minutes ago, my guy. Alright, let's see. We got the Yag, who's still a huge threat. We got the Rhino over here. Oh, we got the Yag. There you go. Great job, Rhino. Let's just drive in front of a Yag. That'll go well. What an awful team, dude. What an awful team. Alright, there's a 565. That guy's dead. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Easy clear. And now I need the backup. We do get a bounce, which is a little shocking, to be honest. Let's see. Okay. Great job from my team. To be fair, I did pretty good this game, so I can't really get mad about my performance. I did pretty good. Like, I did 3,700 or something like that. But what the hell are you supposed to do when that's your team, bruh? I mean, seriously. All our team had to do was move up and stop a freaking Yag from driving over the ridge. That's all they had to do. If my 183 had sat right on that corner, right there, we would have been fine. Like, behind that dead 2 and 5B carcass. We would have been completely fine. The Yag would have pushed up and saw the 183 and not made such aggressive plays. But when your 183 sits down low here, it does nothing to help you, because this spot doesn't help me. The problem was we had tanks rolling on our side and we had tanks going over the ridge. And if we have tanks that are above us, they cover the tanks that are going over the ridge. And then I can deal with the tanks on the side. But when you have both tanks on your side and on your front, and your whole team camping behind you, there's physically nothing you can do. Now, Port Bay itself is a terrible map because it's completely unbalanced. One side gets into front line and the other side can't. But even then, I mean, really, dude? Really? We've got these players here, and they just suck. The Patton gave me a thumbs down, even though dude played frontline in his Patton when he shouldn't have. What I said is that the Patton should have gone to the corner and then stopped the enemy from pushing up. And instead, dude frontlined in his Patton, got absolutely screwed and died immediately, and then apparently blamed me for it. This is why Blitz is just so unenjoyable sometimes, though. Like, you're doing your best. The fact I even got out of there is a miracle. And it's a perfect example of why Speed Boost is more important than Adrenaline. I don't care if you're a comp player. I don't care how good you are at the game. You cannot make a single argument to me on how Adrenaline would have helped me more in that game than Speed Boost. Speed Boost literally saved my freaking butt, because I was able to go from where I was, get out of there, and get into cover. And that is huge. So, Speed Boost is key, right? It really is key. And I got really lucky that I was able to use that speed boost at the right time, at the right moment, and get out of that situation. Now here we are on Desert Sands. We have, it appears, that same 2 and 5B from last game, which is fine. That player didn't appear to be very skilled. We got the IS-7, we got U-100. They also have the Yag. I don't know if that's the same Yag. If it is, I really hope it isn't, because that player just YOLO'd and got away with it last game, and what stops him from doing it this game as well? However, it looks like our team is just full sending medium side. I don't know why. They have one medium, dude. Why are we going medium side when they have one medium tank? What do we gain for this? I don't understand. Alright, well, if that's the case, I can't hit the Caro yet, but if that's the play our team's making, I have to push up here and send it, right? We'll see. Keep on going. Call of Doo-Doo. What an amazing name, bro. Well, let's see if I can even get a shell into this guy. There you go, nice. 352, and drive into cover. Alright, well, I guess that's not awful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move up and try and get hull down over here. Let's see. There's the enemy. FE2 and 5B. Physically nothing I can do to that tank. There you go, we got the 268, nice. I like how I couldn't even spot that 268 until he just shot there. It's pretty funny when you actually think about it. I can't pen the Yag at all. I don't understand why Wargaming nerfed this thing's premium pen, to be real. I really don't. Wargaming did. They nerfed its premium pen, and it makes it so now you can't pen, like, haul down tanks like that Yag Panther. It's actually really annoying, because I'd like to be able to, of course, and I can't. I'm kind of stuck here right now. It's possible I could back out. Yeah, I should be able to. Maybe that 268 will shoot me, but I kind of need to get out of this spot. Let's aim it on that. Oh, never mind. I was going to say let's aim it on that grill, but it's fine. Let's see if I can hit that E100. No, that shell went nowhere close to where I wanted it to. Alright, let's see. We got the IS-7 over here. Let's aim it on that player. Boom, there you go, 359. You can definitely see the accuracy on this thing. It's really nice. Like, this gun, it chunks when you're able to use it properly. Sometimes it's a little goofy, but in general, the gun is really nice on this tank. And let's try again. There you go, another nice 317. That's pretty good. Alright, let's move in. Don't know if that Yag's still there or not, but I don't really care, to be honest. The Yag is not still there. Alright, that guy's dead. Let's aim it on the 268. There you go, easy pen. And I'm going to pretend like I have a shot. I was hoping that 268 was going to just, you know, kind of say screw it and shoot at me, but unfortunately didn't. Got the Yag over here, which we get a nice 564 Hessian to. That's got to hurt you, dude. And then what we can do is we can move over here. We can aim it on the lower plate of the 100 and miss. Wow, that was some crazy bad RNG right there. That was some crazy bad RNG. Well, I guess the 100 had some bad RNG too, or just didn't aim, because bouncing this is pretty hard to do. But that's fine. Let's just get to the lower plate. There you go. Another nice shot. Terrible roll. Again, 300. That's pretty awful. Wow, our 777 managed to bounce the rear of the E100. That's also pretty awful. At least our premium shell rolled okay. Another nice game, 4,000 damage. Not a bad battle. Our team going to medium side was fine. I just don't know why they wanted to go to medium side so bad when we had such a big medium advantage, you know? Either way, there you go. 3,900 damage, top in the team. I'll take a team like that. That team was light years ahead of the previous team we just had. And you guys can see why I don't do play to lose. Because you win 3 games and then you get that team and you're just kind of screwed. And there's nothing you can do about a bad team like that, you know? It's just you're kind of just done. So that's how I feel sometimes. Alright, well, here we go. My PlayStation turned off. Well, that's not what I wanted. Either way, 121B, Haro, 2 Chieftains. Interesting. Alright, well, we got a mouse, so I'm going to go to heavy flank. We have that same Badger that drove into me on that other game. When playing on this map, I usually, with a faster tank, like to cross this and go right into B immediately. If I'm in a slower tank, though, I definitely would not recommend to cross this. You got to be careful. Alright, so we got a shell. Didn't pen it, but we tried. But we're going to get the base cap before them, which is obviously a big dub. They only have an E3, so I'm not too worried about you know, anything like that. Let's see. There's the Chieftain poking. Let's see. Anybody here? There's the IS-4. Nice premium shell. Let's see if we can bait that IS-4. Can I HE? Oh, I can HE lower plate of the IS-4. Nice. 465. That's obviously pretty good. And that IS-4 may have screwed himself, dude. Alright, let's aim it on the side of the IS-4 again. Nice 445. Badger's going to be pushed. And then I'm going to aim it on the side of the IS-4. Never mind. Don't even need to. Alright, let's aim it on the rear of the Chieftain. There you go. 543. Chieftain managed to miss that, which is really sad. And Chieftain's pretty screwed at this point. I mean, let's be real. There you go. Another nice 500 damage Hess shell. And you're good. You're done. I don't know why your toonmate didn't help you, bro. Your toonmate kind of just screwed you over, didn't he? Alright, well, at this point... Oh, we have the E3 over here? Interesting. Okay. Well, if the E3 is over here, I'm going to put on my speed boost and flank as quick as I can to get this guy caught off guard. Because that's definitely the best play to make. So let's keep going. Let's get to the side of the E3, and boom, speed boost away. There's a 552. And then, even if the... Okay, tracks me. Of course he does. That's the one thing I didn't want to have happen, and it did. I mean, it shouldn't matter too much. I can still shoot the track wheel of the E3, and that locks him down. And he's kind of screwed at this point, but I can't believe he tracked me. Like, that's literally the worst thing that I could have had happen. I'm even running extra track durability, but, like, it doesn't matter, because this thing's track durability is terrible anyway. Alright, let's move up. Got the 50B in mid, which is obviously a big threat. There you go. Nice 550 into the lower plate. Let's keep on going. Do get pens. Driver died. Remember I kept telling you modules on this thing die like crazy? Now you can see what I mean. I mean, we've had our modules already kind of nuked on this vehicle. There you go. 538 in the 121B. Let's move up. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm going to shoot the 121. There you go. 516. 5,300 damage dealt now. Chieftain tried to HE me. Obviously did not work out the way dude wanted it to. It's aiming on the Chieftain. Nice 450 damage shell. And let's move over here. It's aiming again. There you go. 500. Pretty good stuff. This is why, again, I run extra HP on this thing. It's so much better to have that extra HP. There you go. And let's see. I mean, I've already done 6,500 damage in this game, so this was a really good battle. And this is exactly where I love the 2 and 5B. When you're able to get this result, and you get that farm, and you're able to punish the enemy, and you're able to use everything to your disposal, I mean, we even aced it, right? This is when the 2 and 5B feels amazing. It really does. And I do enjoy this tank when it does, you know, really good. Like, you have games like this, and it's all worth it sometimes. Because that game was really worth it. That game was fantastic. Everything about it, from start to finish, felt amazing. And that's where I like the 2 and 5e. When you have these players that don't use their brain cells, that allow you to get some easy Hesh pens into their lower plates, you have lightly armored squishy targets like Chieftain Mark 6s, and your team actually pushes, and you're able to use your speed, everything works well. And once again, you can see that my loadout in the 2 and 5B is exceptional. The hit points allow me to play aggressive without worrying about bleeding a bit. And the mobility allows me to get quickly to the enemy tanks and bleed them. That E3 we got, you know, some really nice shells into. We were able to then quickly flex back over to the AMX-50B, the 121B. That's why you run speed boost. You don't need adrenaline as well. 6,500 damage was a pretty crazy farm. Now this game, I don't know which way my team's going to go. But I'm going to head towards town, because I feel like going town is a safer bet than going up the bridge. I don't like going up the bridge in this tank. It's too weak. I don't like it at all. So what we're going to do is we are going to move into this spot here, and we'll see. The enemy team is capturing base C, but they're also not fully here, so I'm going to move up aggressive, and we're going to see what's over here. We got the concept. There you go. 587 high explosive into the lower plate. That's obviously really nasty right out of the gate. Got the 60 TP, who gets a nice shell into the minnow. There you go. Nice shell myself into the minnow. We do have the Rhino on my side, which is a threat as well. But I'm not too worried about the Rhino, because I'm just going to start HEing that dude. 528. Good job. You already lost the trade to me. Got the minnow over here. Let's aim it on the minnow. There you go. Nice 413. 60 TP's gonna poke. Alright, there you go. That dude's just cooked. There you go. Nice. Alright, let's back up. Is that Rhino gonna try and send me? I don't really care even if he does, to be honest. I mean, that Rhino just sucks at the game, bro. 424 Hesh. It's not penning, but... Or, it's not a high pen, should I say. But it's still a penetrating shell. Got the lower plate of the concept, another low rolling shot. It's crazy how many shots I've low rolled this game, but it doesn't really matter. 3, 2, 1, boom, 496, another low rolling Hesh, but doesn't matter. 60's going to clear that player. This is why I wanted to go town. We're already up to 3,300 damage. Going town on this map is just so much better, in my opinion. I used to want to always go up bridge, but you usually just, the town, for a tank like this, you just do so much better. So we're going to head over here and see what exactly we run into. Got the enemy E3, got the 121B, and... ah, dang. Shell could have hit and done a lot. Alright, we're going to reload, and then we're going to see what we can do here. We're gonna jump right on the E3. Nice, 520 high explosive. Of course, we get 850'd by the E3, but it shouldn't matter too much, as long as we, aim in on the E3 corner. It's a hard shot to hit that, because we barely have enough pen, but as long as you know what you're doing, you can still make it work. Alright, now we're going to move up on the enemy T100 LT. 60 gets a nice shot. Let's keep on going. Again, this thing has the mobility to be really nice, and that's exactly what you want from this thing, is that mobility to really carry you throughout the battle. Wish I had the gun depression to hit that Badger, but I just don't, and that kind of sucks. Let's make sure that the Badger can't, there you go. I was going to say, make sure the Badger can't track me, but apart from that, we get the pen out. We know that there's a tank in base B, so we know the 121B's over there. 60 TP is going to move up, gets a nice shot into the T100. We're going to move up ourselves and get a nice shot myself into that player. And I feel like that 121B is going to come down over here. Yep, I knew it. Okay, nice. 121B shoots. Aiming on the 121B myself. And let's wiggle it. Oh, it does pen me. Let's aim it on the lower plate, and boom. I was really hoping we could get the HE out, but we still did a pretty good job. 5,320 damage, topping the team again. Another really, really good game for the 2 and 5e here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. I've been enjoying the 2 and 5e this session so far. It's been a bop. Did we ace it? We did. Wow, 2 aces in a row for one of the hardest tanks to ace in the game. That's pretty rare. But even though we're having an enjoyable experience so far, I can tell you that you can lose that enjoyment so fast, right? You get cocky, you get overconfident, you think, oh, I'm doing really good, and then boom, next game you play, you get YOLO'd by a 40-05, and your game's over in 5 seconds. So you don't want to get overconfident in this thing. Just because you're doing good now does not mean you're always going to be doing good in this vehicle, and that's something that you have to remember. It is such a fragile tank, but we have been doing good in it, so I'm not going to complain. Let's move up here, and we'll see what we can do. I got speed boost cooking, so we got that mobility that we need. Oh, great, our 268. I'm not sure if he's being racist, but I think he is. Alright, let's see. We got the Badger, we got the T100, we got the Kron, we got the 60 TP. There you go, nice 389. Let's back up from the enemy 2 and 5B. Now, my best way to deal with the 2 and 5e is to load HE and shoot it in the roof, because it does like 200 damage a shot, and that's literally just free damage versus actually trying to pen that thing. So that's usually my recommendation. Now, shooting the Kron, you want to, okay, you want to get tracked, I guess, but I was going to say you want to try and hatch the Kron, and as you can see, we did actually pen that. So that's usually my recommendation for dealing with Krons, is try to hatch them. There you go, 644 high explosive into the lower plate of the Kron. Don't really care if this player YOLOs me, to be real. I really don't, because you ram me, and I still pen you in the lower plate, and you may bleed me, but now your game's over, dude. Like, what was the play here? I don't even get it. I really don't. There you go. Wow. Remember how I said, though, like, you just get these YOLOing players, and then your game's over? This is exactly what I was referring to. Like, this game, we got YOLO'd for, like, no reason, and our game's not over, but, like, welcome to the NA server, right? You got just some random bozo Kron that YOLOs you for literally no reason. Another nice shot into that Sheridan. Doing pretty good so far. Let's see. 2 and 5B is backing up. We got the T100 over here. Nice 448. This is why, again, I run speed boost on this thing. Just gives you that ability to get those bleeds out that you normally don't really get. And it feels nicer when you're able to do that. Let's see, 2 and 5B. There you go. 550 into the lower plate. That's pretty freaking nice, if you ask me. Got the 4005 over here. Boom, 385. Got the Badger, which I'm going to aim in on the rear of. And boom, nice shell into the Badger. All that's left at this point is the T100, who I'm going to aim in on. Aw, really? Where did that T100 pen me, bruh? In the hatch, of course. I swear, they just hit every single hatch shot. Now, it doesn't matter. We did really good this game, and our 268 gets the penning shell into the T100. Then our 200 rams the 268 for some reason, so, like, it's a guaranteed win. We made the right play, we went to the correct side of the map, we did everything that was required in this game. Badger's going to roll to the rear of the T100 LT. There you go. I'm not sure what this 268's doing, to be real, but you're going to... Oh, no, 268 didn't die. That's surprising, actually. I really thought the 268 would die. T100 is able to hatch me, but can't hit a 268. Either way, we got a victory. Let's take a look at the post-game results here. How much damage did we end up dealing? Yep, 5,000 damage, second class. How much did we take off that Kron in that short amount of time? We took 1,900 off that Kron in 4 shots. So yeah, that Kron YOLO'd us and did maybe 1,200 damage to me, but in return I did 1,900 because I have that Hesh. With Hesh, this vehicle has like 4k DPM. So you just have the ability to rip out damage. Yeah, with Hesh I have 3,900 DPM. It increases it by 860. So you just have this huge damage increase when loading Hesh that, you know, players like that Kron, these auto-loading shitters, I call them, they think they can get away with YOLOing you. Now, if our team wasn't supporting me, then sure, it might have gone bad for me. But I had support, I was in a spot I knew I was safe, and everything worked well. And once again, having Speed Boost really allowed me to get out some nice shells into that Sheridan, allowed me to bleed the enemy tanks, because with Speed Boost, as I said, it increases my reverse speed from 12 to 20, which allowed me to back up faster and get shells into the enemy tanks. So we've been doing pretty good so far. We're at 40 minutes on the clock. We got 2 more games to go. The good news is even if I have absolutely awful teams at this point, pretty sure that we can't really do bad in the 2 and 5B. But we'll see. We have the Kron. I don't know if that's the same Kron from the last game, but let's hope it isn't. But we have a 116 F3, we have a Kron, we have teammates. So I'm hoping that these teammates do help me, and we are able to push up aggressive on this flank of the map. Let's see. 116, oh, come on, Kron, this way, Kron. Bruh, I'm going this way. Can't. When you have a Kron that screws you over, you can't. Like, you need that tank, and you can't hold an entire flank of the map with just a 116 and a Badger. It's just not possible, because this tank has 0 holding potential. So you need teammates that can hold. And unfortunately, with our Kron, you know, being a bozo, there's just not much you can do about that. So let's head over here. Can't hit the T100, unfortunately. There's the grill. Okay. Good job from the enemy grill, bro. What was that? Dude just annihilated himself in like 2 seconds there. We have the enemy STB, who I'm going to try and maybe get behind, I'm hoping. Dang, that could have been an important shot. That sucks. Alright, let's just head over here and see if we can push up behind the enemy. I'm not going to worry about that STB for now. We're just going to try and get behind the enemy and bleed him out. I think that's the best play to make. Keep on going. Because my whole team's going to keep pushing. So if my team's going to keep pushing, I need to push as well. Oh, that's where the T100 went? Like, bruh, really? Yeah, this guy's cooked. Not really sure what you're going to do, because you're done. Nice ram. Uh-huh. Load in a Hess shell. There you go. 556, and you're dead. I bled a bit of health for it, but it was definitely worth it. Now this is not necessarily good, right? We got the Badger, and we got the IS-7 on us. But this is why we run Speed Boost again, right? Because Speed Boost gives me that ability to get out of these... Okay, that was bogus. But Speed Boost gives me that ability to get out of these situations that I'm in. And that's really, really important, so... Aiming on the lower plate of the IS-7. There you go. Nice shot. We're getting bleeds out. We're doing our job. Let's head over here. Not really worried about that Badger. See if I can help out my team a little bit. Let's see. Is that Badger going to move over here? Maybe not. Oh, no, the Badger is... Okay, the Badger's not really a threat right now, so let's move up. Let's see if I can get some damage into the IS-7, take this player out of the game. Boom. Easy clear. Nice. Do have the Rhino, but the Rhino can't see me from here, so I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the Rhino. Let's see, we got the Badger. Let's move up. That Lion's going to chill on the rear, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get behind the Badger. Here we go. Nice 553 into the rear. How much damage are we at this point? Already 3,000, so it's already a pretty good game. And let's aim it again. Boom, another 501. Already at this point, I'm up to a lot of damage, right? This is already a pretty good game, everything considered. And boom. There you have it. Another really good game for the 2 and 5B. We played it right. We used our speed boost. We put ourselves in a good position. That T100 was not the brightest bulb. I don't know why that T100 decided to sit there instead of leaving. But there you go. 3,860 damage. Top on the team again. Let's get this last game done in the 2 and 5B, and we will call it a day for our play 10. But this is why I don't do play to lose anymore, guys, because... Third game in, I get a loss, and I did a lot of damage, right? I absolutely carried most of these games we've played. I've done a lot of damage. We've won most of them. But you get that one loss, and I would have been like, well, there's the video. But I'm glad that I continued, because continuing gave me these really, really fun results. So, 9 games, 4,500 average damage at this point. Like, that's pretty crazy when you take a second and think about it, right? So, that's where the 2 and 5B is kind of a beast. But, yeah, I mean, the loadout we're running seems to be doing pretty good. Here we are. Last game, Yamato. I don't really like Yamato, I'll be real. But we'll see what we can do. There's only 2 mediums. They do have a lot of heavies, because they also have an E4, which I consider to be a heavy. Alright. Let's see. I got the 183 and 4005 over here, so I have support. That's good. Alright. Even though, you know, my Yos are screwing me over. As I said, I have a 183 and a 4005, so I have plenty of support. So what we're going to do is we're going to be a little bit more passive in this game, and we're going to chill right back here. And this is the spot we're going to wait, because we don't know what the enemy team's going to do. There's the Type 71, and let's load a gold shell. Okay, that's so lame. I hate that stupid little tent that's there, because it makes it so hard to see the enemy. But we're not going to move up. Actually, you know what? I will move up now. The VZ's in mid, and that Type 71's just getting hella bled, so I'm just going to head over here and get to the side of the Type. There you go, 452 into that vehicle. That Type doesn't even know what to do at this point. Boom, 526 high explosive, that player's gone. 907 killed himself. Let's see. Ah, bruh. That's so sad. Alright, we gotta reload again. Let's see if I'm gonna get this 907. I'm gonna load gold to guarantee that the shell hits, because that's so far away. You have to be able to guarantee that shell hits. Gonna let the 4005 get the clear. Nice. Okay. Got the Object 84 on this side, and there it is, bro. There it is. The freaking 183 just sitting back there alone. We love 183 players. We really do. It's always the 183, dude. It's always the 183. It's never anything else. It's always the 183. Every time. At least I got the shell out. And I have support, so I'm not necessarily worried. It's just, it's always the 183. Always. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to put on speed boost. Get a nice shell. Okay. Okay. I'm trying not to get salty. That's crazy there. That's crazy, bro. 418 high explosive. Gotta love that. What a freaking cringer, dude. I hate 183s. Every fiber of my body goes to hating 183s. We'll win, but that dude can suck a frickin' schlong. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, what the hell, dude? There you go. Nice 375. I have enough health that I can deal with most of these situations thrown at me at this point. That 183 is poking, so let's aim it on his... Oh, never mind. We're not... He went unspotted there for a second, which was really lame. Alright, our 4005 is not doing too good. I can't really poke the 183, not reliably. Well, you know what? We might lose this. I can't really leave this spot, so I'm kind of just stuck here for now. Yeah. What I can do, I'm going to try it. We're going to see how it works. I'm going to put on speed boost. And I'm going to poke this really quickly. Oh, interesting. That's really interesting, actually. Okay, well. Wow! Yep, there goes my game, just like that. That's crazy. Wow. We lost because of that. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's something else. Well, unfortunately, the last game we played in the 2 and 5B was not a fun game. The 183 single-handedly ruined my experience. And not only that, but first of all, the thing that I love about the 183 is that that tank can outspot me. That's the part that I love about the 183. But what's even more fun is our 183 was AFK, so he did literally nothing to help me. And even worse than that, I can't believe... I need to go watch that shell that we bounced on the enemy. I just need to go see that shell we bounced on that VZ. I really do. Like, I cannot believe that we bounced that shot. My brain can simply not comprehend that. I don't understand how I can get screwed that bad by RNG. To be fair, we still did 3,800 damage this game, so it's not like I did bad by any stretch of the imagination. But this could have been... Oh... Wait, I need to rewind. It's 347. This could have been a really good game. I can't believe I got screwed over that hard. We still went 80%. We still went like 4,400 average. But that's just... Oh, is my game going to crash? It did. Just crashed. Whatever. You can see the post-game results. It loaded in. We ended up with our 10 games dealing 4,432 average damage with an 80% win rate. So the 2 and 5B did completely fine. We did get screwed, though. That last game, we got screwed. Everything that could have gone wrong did. Tank destroyers should not be able to outspot heavies. I've said this in the past, I will say it now. Why is a 183 sitting still allowed to outspot my 183? Or my 2 and 5e? How does that make any sense? You should not... He's not even behind a bush. And, like, you might say, oh, well, you were spotted. No, I wasn't. Look, nothing's spotting me in this game. The 183 simply sits in the open from there and spots me. How is that fair, bruh? Like, there's no way that the Object 84 spotted me. There's no way anything else spotted me. That 183 spotted me from the back of the map. And that's just so bogus. It's so bogus. But I wanted to look at that shot, so we're going to watch this. Alright, let's see. It was like 347, did I say? So let's go to like 330. Alright, here we go. So this is when I, you know, try to poke the 183, try to find this guy. Nothing's there. Alright, here we go. The VZ is going to be spotted now. What? Wow, that's crazy. Thanks, Wargaming. Thank you. Thank you for the amazing reticle lag. Wow. Well, there you have it. That's how you lose a game, because even though you have a perfectly aimed shot on the side, it goes outside your reticle and goes there. That's crazy. Well, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. The 2 and 5e performed excellent, and it's not even the 2 and 5e's fault this missed. It is simply Wargaming screwing me over because evidently I did too much. Hopefully you enjoyed today's stream or video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!